Thanks for stopping by, guys. It's Al here, playing some more Scrap Mechanic. I do want to say this before I start. I kind of had a really what the fuck moment a few minutes ago. To give a quick idea, I built this creation a few hours ago. And what ended up happening was I built it and I ran out of time for prep and I ran out of time for recording, so I ended up leaving it, going to bed, waking up, and I saw Khan's new video. And I'm saying this because no, this is not inspired by Khan, but like this is why I have the what the fuck moment, because we both end up making trophy trucks and the style of suspension on both of them is pretty much identical. This actually was kind of brought about because of I was playing with Lucky and I realized just how few vehicles I had with a generic like driving system. The majority of what I have are tanks, so I wanted to revisit it. This is, I guess to say, the spiritual successor of my Racing Buggy, if you have seen it. And the rear suspension was actually kind of inspired by Alstrak's rear suspension. I did not make that the right way. Come on, turn around. Turn around, there we go. This is like one of the few other vehicles that I have that has like a generic turning style on it, so I wanted to redo it. And like I said, I had a really like what the fuck moment when I woke up this morning, and it was Khan's video was almost a carbon copy of what I had done. You can see like the way we build is quite different, but it was just a really weird moment. Anyway, so I guess I should show this off. It is a trophy truck style, inspired by the inspired by like the Racing Buggy mentality of driving. I guess to say, how do you want to say this? It is really heavy. Of course, it's made of metal. I have an obsession with making things out of metal for some reason, even when it's probably not the best. A big issue caused by this is the fact that it does roll because of the rear suspension I used on it. It does roll a lot, which is why there is that button in the first slot, which as soon as I get to somewhere I can stop, I'll show you what that does. If I hit 1, it lowers down, and it also changes some of the stops that I have, some of the physical stops, which limits the suspension's movement, which means that I'm less likely to roll. I have a lower center of mass. It's a whole lot easier to drive, and I'm going to go back into the off-road suspension. So rolling is one of the major issues. I have some ideas to fix that, but I will do those later. As you see, I just fucking cleared those rocks. Not a problem at all. I clear this turn and I'm going to roll it. Oh, I took it just slow enough. My back right tire came off real bad. So I really don't want to stick in the quarry, because the quarry, while it is fun, doesn't really show this off. I'm gonna roll it here. Yep. But it's really meant for like the outskirts, like most of my racing vehicles are. But it is. I'm just gonna go into racing suspension instead of off-road, because if not, I'm gonna roll it every 5 seconds. So I'm really happy, especially with how it looks. It looks really nice in my opinion. I did give it like the orange and white that I began using on a lot of my racing stuff, instead of the blue and white I used on my original Racing Buggies. Come on. Don't go up the hill. We need to actually go around the course. There we go. And while I was adding the weight in the back, it kind of did start looking like a truck bed, so that's where it took the look of a truck, even though that's not what I was going for. I was actually trying to make like a traditional buggy style look. Just underpowered to actually complete those jumps like they're supposed to be. The engines are on max, and yes, I have tried to do electric engines, and electric engines just do not work with this style. That was beautiful. So I'm actually going to get out of here and see if I can find some other places to play. I'm going to go into... Ow. Probably should have been in a better camera, because that just looked awful. Wham, hit the tree. I'm gonna go out here to the outskirts and race around out here. I am in my off-road suspension right now. You have to be really careful about turns. Also, if I clip a hill wrong, I can also flip it really easily too. That's something to deal with. But this is kind of what it was meant for. This is kind of its natural habitat, if you want to say. I'm not looking forward, so if I run into something, don't be surprised. I still need to fix like the suspension. It is built for like a soft racing ride. Yet every once in a while, if I take a decent jump, I will max out the suspension. So that is something I need to fix in the future. I also need to. I want to add like a limiter on the racing section so that when I'm in the racing mode, my rear axle is limited in rotation, which should help prevent me from rolling. That is something I'll do in the future, and I do really love this, so I do want to. I'll probably make another video when I fix a lot of these issues, but I just wanted to get a video out because of the kind of what the fuck moment I just had a few minutes ago. What am I? I am in the off-road right now. I'm in the off-road system. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm able to clear half these jumps without breaking my suspension. While I am in the racing, my suspension is, like I said, limited. So it is a lot easier to max it out and bottom out. And that's why you hear a clunk every once in a while. Going back into the off-road. But yeah, so far this is the best traditional steering vehicle I've made. I didn't remember to mention this, but there is a steering arm on this. If you look at that little like gap right behind the wheel, you see it move right there. Come on, I need to get off a hill. It's hard to show when I'm on a hill and I'm rolling. Okay, this is better. So if I do this, you will see there's a little linkage arm back there which is used for steering, which not only makes the steering itself more powerful, but it also makes it so that the front and rear steering have to be in sync, so I can never have one wheel that just drifts off while I'm turning. And it makes my steering a whole lot more powerful. And I just rolled it. Will we get back on our feet? No, we will not. So that's the one issue, always rolling. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I do have some things I need to fix, like I said, but that will be another episode. Don't hit the tree. Didn't hit the tree, but I hit the rock. Come on, get off. There we go. So I think that is all for this episode. I am just going to drive around for a little bit longer. So if you do enjoy the episode, please leave a like. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please comment them down below. Tell me kind of like what you like to see Scrap Mechanic. I do have some ideas going around if you like to see some more like cars and trucks like this, more tanks. Would you like to see more things done with the guns? I do want to try my hand at the gears and my engine style vehicles again. Last time I tried that, it didn't turn out too well. I do have some more ideas on how I can try it again without the failures that I had of this most recent time. If you like the channel, like what it's doing, please subscribe. It helps a lot. Until next time, this has been Al playing some more Scrap Mechanic. I'm just going to kind of coast around for a little bit if you want to stick and watch. But until next time, peace.